Hello, how are you? Hope you are doing well. Welcome to a Bookish weekend vlog. So, for the next 2 days, I'm going to be doing some fun book activities around the South Sound area. So, today I'm going to go to Page and Pine Bookstore in Puyallup. I have not been there before, but they are doing an author event today. And the author who I'm going to visit today is Kara Patajo, and she is a local influencer. She does a lot of adventures and day trips around the Pacific Northwest. And this is her book, 52 Weekends in the Pacific Northwest, a local's curated guide to year-end getaways. So there it is. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. What's really cool is she broke this down by seasons. So you have all 4 seasons in here, and then there's just adventures based on what's going on in that season. And she kind of tells you about the location. She gives you an itinerary, kind of places to check out while you're there, how to get there, things like that. So she's going to be at Page and Pine today doing a book signing. So I'm going to bring the book, get her to sign it, and then also check out Page and Pine because I've not been to that indie bookstore yet. So I figured it'd be a great excuse to do both. And then tomorrow is Lore and Lester in Tacoma, and that is the Romantasy convention that they are doing. And oh my God, I'm so excited for that. So I'll have more on that. But welcome to this Bookish weekend vlog. Well, hello. It is another day. The weekend has passed. The weekend was great. I have to catch you up on everything. First off, I'm going to catch you up on my Lore and Lester haul. As you can see over here, I did a little bit of damage. I visited 8 authors. Well, there's more than 8 authors at the convention, but I specifically stopped at 8 authors' booths and I picked up 12 books. So there are a few authors in here who I picked up more than one book of theirs. And let's just say, I'm pretty excited to read some of these books. Some of these are repeat authors for me, so I've read some of their books before, and then others of them I've never heard of them or never read any of their books, so that was kind of exciting to be able to get a mix of old authors who I'm familiar with and then also new authors and check out some of their amazing stories. So I'm going to try to make this haul a little quick because I feel like it might take a little bit of time and I don't want to yap too long because I'm a yapper and we might be here for a while and you might not want to listen to all of that. So I figured I'd kind of get through everything quickly. But first thing I got was this Lore and Lester swag bag. So for both days, if you were one of the first 50 people in line, they gave you this swag bag. So it's pretty cool. It says Lore and Lester and it has their logo. And then inside there is like a whole bunch of like little goodies. The best thing I think in here was a gift certificate to Shelf Indulgence Bookstore, and they are the bookstore who put on Lore and Lester. So I got a gift card to their shop. I don't know how much it is, but that's fine. I'll just go in and kind of talk to them and use that, which why not? I'm always a big fan of supporting indie bookstores. So I got that, and then there's quite a few like little stickers and things like that, like little miscellaneous things. They did give us a map of the building. We were at the Tacoma Armory, so they had everything kind of laid out. And I'll try to show you real quick if you're curious. So they had the map for everybody and then kind of like a schedule on the back. So when we walked in, we kind of had a game plan of like where we were going to go and who we wanted to see. But my friend Julie and I, we just ended up going up and down all of the aisles and everything. So I'll add some of the clips in here as well so you guys can see that of what it looked like. And then let's see. Oh, yeah. Gift certificate. I got a cute little bookmark that says in my Romantasy era, which I definitely am. So got that cute little bookmark. Okay. And then over here is the haul. So, like I said, 12 books. So, I will kind of speed go through all of these real quick and kind of tell you a little bit about them if I've read the author or not. So, first off is K.L. Parsons. And she's great. I've met her a few times, and I have her other trilogy. She does adventure romance, and the first trilogy that she did takes place in Leavenworth, and I've read one of her books, which was really great. So I need to read the other two, but she just came out with this one, and this one is called Capture My Flag, and it is about an adult summer camp. Obviously, they're adults, and they're at camp. So I was like, oh, that sounds pretty great. Like, I've never read about an adult summer camp. So I've heard it's a little steamy, but it sounds like it's going to be right up my alley and probably adventure romance like Kale likes to do. So I'm pretty excited about this. The best thing about all the indie authors is they give you so much like little extra merch with your books. So I mean, Kale gave me all of this artwork and these bookmarks and stickers. Like, she's just so fun. Like, that is one thing that I have to say indie authors do really well is they give you lots of like little extras and goodies that you normally don't get if you bought like a normal book from Barnes and Noble or things like that. So I just have to say, it just makes buying indie books from indie authors a lot more special. So that is Capture My Flag. I got 2 books from Leah Duchesne, and I have actually read one of her books before. And these 2 books are in her. It's a 4-part series, and these are interconnected standalones. So in the first book that I read, Bahama Drama, we meet all of the other main characters who are in these 2 books. So I'm pretty excited to read these. These are kind of contemporary romance, so kind of current day things, and they're just really funny. Like, I remember reading these books and laughing like out loud, basically, like literally laughing out loud a few times because what Leah wrote was just so funny. So these are kind of like good, really palate cleansers and kind of fun, not silly books, but just something that you can enjoy and not put a lot of thought into it, which is great if you just want like a quick, simple, fun read. There is Fake Dates and Wedding Cakes and Needing a Spark. So we got both of those. Okay, next I got 3 books from Enna Hawthorne, and I have book 1 actually. I got that in December when I went to Hardcovers. They were doing a like winter solstice party and everything, and I bought her first book, and I was really intrigued by it because she said it's vampires and Bridgerton, but like a combo of the two, and I was like, sold. I love both of those things, so bought the book. I have not read it yet. I've been meaning to get to it, but I wanted to get the other 3 books so that way I have all 4 of the books, and that way when I start reading the first one, I could just dive into the rest of them. But they're kind of chunky, which is fine. But like the first one is like 500 pages, and here's another one. This is book 4, and this one is, let's see. Yeah, it's pretty much like 600 pages. 591. So yeah, these girls are chunky. So I will need to make sure that I'm in a good state to kind of like dive headfirst into a good big series, which is fine because I like a big series, but I need to mentally be prepared for that. So I got those, and they're just all so beautiful. So book 4, let me face it that way so you could see it. Book 3. Probably should have done this a different way, but you live and you learn. And then book 2. So, yeah, those are so great. I'm really excited, and they're just beautiful. Actually, all of these books are beautiful. Like, all the artwork that the authors have commissioned is just top tier. It's excellent. So next I have Ace of Darkness by Hypatia Rhodes. I had to ask her how to say her name because I couldn't pronounce it, and I hope I said it right. It's a beautiful name, but I think I I need to hear it like 1 or 2 more times in order to say it right. But this is about a human and vampires. So I don't really know too much about it, but her artwork looked really great. And I mean, this cover with the flowers and everything. So basically the FMC, she is a special person. So she's either gift or cursed, and she becomes a prized asset in a world ruled by bloodthirsty monsters. And there's a vampire czar, things like that. So sounds pretty interesting. I'm hoping it is excellent. And some of her other books looked really good too, but I decided to start with this one. So we got that one. Next up is another author who I've never heard of. This is Blood Red Hex by Blake Gallows. Oh my gosh, this book is beautiful. Oop, I got some artwork falling out. I'll have to, yeah, hopefully you guys can kind of see like the pages, like they're sprayed edges. Like, oh my gosh, beautiful. And even the inside of this is just, let me see if I can open this. Ooh, coming out. You can kind of see some of that. Oh, it's just beautiful. And there it all goes. That's fine. Not a big deal. So this book, let me try to pop all this back in. See, look at all this artwork that you get for free when you purchase from an indie author. It's just so cool. I love it. Love it. All the fun extras that just add to the book and everything. So this one is about a kind of like a take on Romeo and Juliet. So the MMC, the male main character, he is a vampire boss, kind of like mafia style, if you will. At least that's what Blake had said. And the FMC, the female main character, she is a witch. So it's basically about them falling in love together and then all the drama that ensues. So I think, as you can tell, there's kind of a theme going on, a little bit of vampires and everything. Clearly, I am a fan of reading about vampires. I blame it on Twilight. I kind of got exposed to that early on. Like teenage me ate that up. So I think that's kind of where the, addiction started, and that's kind of where I'm at. So if somebody says vampires, I'm usually pretty intrigued by it, and I'm like, yep, I'll read it. So I think there's like one more vampire book in here, so I got quite a few, but it's totally fine. I love it. I'll read them all. So next I got a kind of like it's not a small town romance, but something that I don't really read all the time. It's a romance book, kind of more contemporary, and this is Grit City by Bailey Knoll. And this one kind of seemed like it was like dark, like not a dark romance, but darker, and like there's like bad guys and then like a good guy, but the FMC, she falls in love with the good MMC, so he's not a bad guy, but there's like kind of darker themes like throughout the book. And if I remember correctly, I think he's a cop. Yeah. So Tacoma police officer. So you get a bit of local fiction in here. So, which is kind of cool. And Bailey had said that she actually got to ride around with one of the Tacoma police officers for a day. And I think that's where she got a lot of her inspiration for her character for this book. So it sounds really good. She was so fun to talk to. Oh my gosh. She had like the best stories and everything. My friend Julie and I were talking to her for quite a while, actually, and she just was telling us the craziest stories, and I was like, okay, I like you. You're really interesting. You're entertaining. So had to say, I was going to buy a book for sure, but her stories just kind of put her over the top as far as like one of my favorite authors who I've met in person. So that is that one. And we're almost done. Yay. Another book I got, the last vampire book that I got, is by Lindsay Sparks, and this is Guardian of Blood and Shadow, and this is book 2 in her The Last Vampire Queen series. I read the first one, and that book was fabulous. I really, really liked it. That was a Why Choose, and I had never read a Why Choose before, and the FMC, she basically is going to have 7 consorts, so I was kind of interested in that, like 7 dudes. Yeah, I was like, how is that gonna happen? So needless to say, I was intrigued, and so I read the first one, ate that up. We didn't meet all 7 of her consorts yet. I'm thinking in this one we'll be able to find out who the other ones are, because the first book ended on a cliffhanger, and so I was like, okay, I need to figure out what the heck's going on. So got this, and I was telling Lindsay that she kind of introduced me to this new genre, like the Why Choose genre. So she said, you're welcome and everything, and that was kind of like a fun little joke that we had at the convention, which is really good. So I'm excited to read this book. I have high hopes for it because the characters, especially some of the men, they're pretty funny, and I really like their personalities. So I'm kind of excited to see more of their character development for sure. And then the last 2 books that I got were both from Chelsea Ann Tompkins. So I got a Baron of Bonds, which is book 2, and then book 3, which is a Blightress of Wrath. And I've read the first one, which was a Conduit of Light, and that was really good. I was talking to Chelsea about her first book too, and I was like, you kind of threw me for a loop with one of the twists in the book, because the way she wrote it kind of made me think that it was like a love triangle. but it's not. But the way it's written, you're like, okay, who's this third person? And you kind of start questioning things. So I had talked to her about that, and she's like, that's a good point. Like, some of the other readers have brought that up to her, but she's like, just keep reading. It gets better. And I was like, oh yeah, I already loved the first book, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to love these two. And she said there's a pretty big twist in book number 2, and that I need to contact her when I get there and let her know how it is. And then in book 3 to have the tissues ready. So it's like, ooh, okay. So yeah, I have really high hopes for these two as well. And this will finish out her trilogy for these ones. This stack is so big. I have to find space to put these on the shelf. I did clear out the shelf over here a little bit, or one of the shelves, so I think I should have space to fill everything out. But this is my haul from Lore and Lester 2026. I have quite a bit of reading to do, as you can see. I don't think I need to buy any books anytime soon, but who am I kidding? I'm probably going to buy some next month, and also in June, because in June they are doing the Emerald City Romance Readers Convention, and some of these authors will be there as well. So I might see if they have any new books, or I might just stop by and say hi. Keep up appearances, say hi. They love talking to readers and everything. And it's fun just to build connections with local authors. So I'm really enjoying that. And then there was also, oh my God, there's so many authors who I did not buy their books. I mean, as you can see, I bought 12, which was a lot. Tip for you. If you are going to go to Lore and Lester next year, the amount of money that you think you need, you're actually going to probably need double. So just start planning for that now, because I definitely could have bought like easily 12 more books and everything. So I had to pace myself. But there was a lot of authors who I got their cards, so that way I can make sure that I find them. Like AJ Braun was a really good one. She had some kind of fun fantasy books that sounded like hilarious, like comedy style. And then also too, one of the authors, actually two of the authors, they were giving out cards that for free books, or for free audiobooks, and then also like free ebooks. So E. Anders was definitely one of them. So I really want to check her books out, because those seemed really good. And there was just, oh my gosh, there's just so many good authors. I really wish I could have picked up like something from everybody, because everybody was just so excited to talk about their art and their book and their work, and it was excellent. So if you are a fan of indie authors and you want to kind of get involved with the community and kind of see what's out and about in your local area, I highly encourage you just to kind of see what's around and get involved and kind of start connecting with them, because they're just fabulous. And I'm so glad that I'm getting into this local PNW author scene, because it's just excellent. I'm having so much fun meeting awesome, amazing new authors and friends even too. Like, I'm connecting with people IRL, which is great. So I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's just so fun, and it just makes me so happy and fills my cup, and I could just do it all the time, which hopefully I will be able to do things more often. So yeah, that is my lovely haul from Lore and Lester, and yeah, I mean, so fun. I will be reading basically till I die, honestly. I think the TBR is endless. But you know what? I think having an endless TBR is something that is fine. You don't have to strive to complete the TBR list. I mean, because there's always going to be something that intrigues you. And to me, that's great, because that means I will keep reading forever, which is the plan. And thinking about that kind of makes me pretty happy. So, all right, well, that is my haul from Lore and Lester. Hopefully you like seeing what I picked up. You get a little tidbit of what I like to read and everything. And if you're interested in any of these authors, definitely look them up and check them out. Comment below if you want to know more about one of them, and I can send you their Instagram link, and then you could start following them. Or if you just want to look them up, you could do that too. So, all right, well, I'll sign off now. So, all right.